Hello friends, I welcome you all to the second lecture on linear differential equations. In previous lecture, we have discussed the classification of linear differential equations with constant coefficient, and we found how to find complementary function or to find general solution of homogeneous differential equation. Now we go to the next type, that is non-homogeneous linear differential equations. So general form of non-homogeneous differential equation is an auxiliary equation containing differentiation operator d operated on dependent variable y, and it is equated to f of x. Here f of x is non-zero function. It may be constant or it may be any continuous function of x. Therefore, general solution of non-homogeneous differential equation is obtained by calculating two parts. First one is complementary function, we call it as CF, and it is solution obtained from homogeneous part of the differential equation, that is phi of d into y equal to 0. That is solution obtained from auxiliary equation phi of d equal to 0. So for calculating complementary function, we use the table that we have evaluated in the previous lecture. And to find particular integral, that is yp, we solve solution obtained from the differential equation phi of d into y equal to f of x. We are using this specific function f of x. Therefore, value for particular integral is obtained by operating this auxiliary equation on this f of x. So we take this auxiliary equation on the right hand side and operate it on f of x. Since d is the differentiation operator and we are taking reciprocal of differentiation of this function f of x, that's why this solution is known as particular integral. So there are different methods of solving to find particular integral. So we discuss all the methods of solving one by one. So methods to find particular integral. So first method that we are going to discuss is general method or general formula method. Second one is shortcut method or standard formula method. So if some have problem with the term shortcut method, we can call it as standard formula. If our function is in standard form, then we use shortcut method. And third one is variation of parameters method. Variation of parameters. This is very typical method. It can be applied for quadratic auxiliary equations only. So let's take the first method of solving, that is general method. So in general method, to find particular integral, we consider auxiliary equations and we take the linear factors. Suppose degree of auxiliary equation is n, then we can consider the linear factors d minus mn, and we operate one linear factor at a time on f of x. So for solving this, we take very simple example. So we consider d plus m into y equal to f of x be order 1 linear differential equation which is non-homogeneous as f of x is non-zero. Then we can find here value for p is equal to m and q is equal to f of x. Therefore, integrating factor will be e raised to m into x and general solution will be y into integrating factor equal to integration of q of x into integrating factor with respect to x plus c. If you take this exponential function on right hand side, then we can rewrite it as y times. After multiplying e raised to minus mx to c, we get c times e raised to minus mx plus e raised to minus mx times f of x into e raised to mx into dx. Now, we can classify here, since the first part of the solution contains arbitrary constant and second part of the solution does not contain any arbitrary constant, but it contains function f of x in it. Since it contains arbitrary constant, so this is the complementary function part of the solution, and since it uses f of x, this is our required particular integral. So we can summarize. So complementary function is obtained since root of auxiliary equation is minus m. Since it is real and non-repeated, real root is represented in terms of exponential function, and since it is repeated only once, we took one arbitrary constant. So we can generalize here. To find particular integral, we operated the linear factor on f of x, then value of this particular integral is e raised to minus mx, e raised to minus mx, integration of f of x into e raised to mx dx. So we can use this as a standard formula, or to, instead of dealing with this derivation every time, we can summarize. If your auxiliary equation contains factor d plus m, then our formula will start with e raised to minus mx outside the sign of integral, then integration of f of x, where this f of x is taken from the differential equation phi of d into y equal to f of x, into e raised to mx. So we just check, if it is minus outside the sign of integral, we change the sign of exponential function inside the sign of integral into dx. That's it. So we can consider, if our auxiliary equation is d minus m operated on f of x, then we can find, we start with e raised to plus mx outside the sign of integral, integration of f of x into e raised to minus plus again minus mx, take this integration with respect to x. Now depending upon nature of f of x, we can evaluate this integration by using integration by parts formula or by using any other standard method of solving for the single integral. So this is general method for evaluating particular integral. Now if it is the case, if your particular integral is 1 upon product of more than one linear factors, that is d minus m1 into d minus m2 into f of x, then in such cases we apply method of partial fraction to separate these two factors. So apply those factors, find the coefficient a in the numerator, d minus m1, then operate f of x to it and find second numerator term b for the factor d minus m2, and then operate f of x to it. Using these two formulas, we can find required value for particular integral, and we use method of partial fraction for separating the two terms in the denominator. So this is general method. Let's take one example to solve. Suppose our function will be d square y by dx square. So we take d square y upon dx square plus dy by dx is equal to 1 upon 1 plus e raised to x. Suppose this is our f of x. Then we can consider linear differential equation as, if you take d common, so this will be d plus 1 y equal to f of x will be 1 upon 1 plus e raised to x. We call it as equation number 1. Then required general solution will be y equal to complementary function plus particular integral. So we have to find complementary function as well as particular integral. So first what we do, we take the auxiliary equation equal to 0. Our auxiliary equation here is d into d plus 1. When equated to 0, we get two distinct real roots. First one is d is equal to 0, second one is d is equal to minus 1. So degree of auxiliary equation is 2. We got two distinct non-repeated real roots. Therefore, required complementary function will be first arbitrary constant for the first root e raised to 0 x, and second arbitrary constant for the second root in exponential function e raised to minus 1 x. That is, our required complementary function will be c1 plus c2 e raised to minus x. We call this as equation number 1. We call this as equation number 2. Now, to find particular integral. To find particular integral yp, we have to operate the auxiliary equation on the function f of x. So, we consider the auxiliary equation d into d plus 1 when operated on f of x. Now, there are two linear factors in the denominator. So, we have two choices. First one, we can operate each factor one by one on f of x, or we can separate these two factors by using method of partial fraction and then evaluate it. So, we go for method of partial fraction for separating these two factors. So, we call this equation as equation number 2. So, we consider, let 1 upon d into d plus 1 is equal to a upon first factor. So, we take plus b upon second factor, that is d plus 1. If we take cross multiplication, so we can rewrite a into d plus 1 plus d into b, and denominator will be d into d plus 1. Our left hand side will be unchanged, d into d plus 1. So from LHS and RHS we can cancel this d plus 1. So we get the equation a into d plus 1 plus b into d is equal to 1. So whenever we take d is equal to 0, value for a is equal to 1, and for d equal to minus 1, this factor becomes 0. Therefore, b is equal to minus 1. If we substitute d is equal to minus 1. So, these are your values. Therefore, we can rewrite 1 upon d into d plus 1 as 1 upon d minus 1 upon d plus 1. So, therefore, required particular integral can be written as, instead of 1 upon d into d minus 1, we can take 1 upon d minus 1 upon d plus 1 operated on f of x, where f of x is 1 upon 1 plus e raised to x. Therefore, we operate these two factors independently on this f of x, we get, so first will be 1 upon d times 1 upon 1 plus e raised to x minus 1 upon